What is up guys, welcome back to the channel. We're here again for round 2 of the championship on a bright sunny day this time. Sorry boys, no spin counter today. So for a quick refresher of how the championship is laid out, we've got a 10-minute practice followed by a 10-minute qualifying, then we've got race 1, race 2 and race 3. Positions are determined by qualifying, I should imagine, big brain there. Then it's reverse grid for race 2, and race 3 is points order, whoever's claimed the most points in the first 2 races. Right, let's not waste any more of your guys' time and get straight into free practice. So for this race in the championship, the track's been reversed. With that being the case, my plan is just to learn the layout, get my braking points nailed down, try find some overtaking points and see how much grip I can get into the tyres and how long that's going to take me, because it's going to be pretty pivotal on race starts to make sure you've not got cold tyres. One thing I would like to point out is these new karts felt amazing to drive. There's no discrepancies between any of the karts. The braking felt nice and sharp when it was needed, acceleration was there, and it's led to some pretty close racing. You guys will see later, trust me, you're in for a treat if you like close racing. So I'll jump now straight to qualifying. You've had a good look at the track layout, seen what I was seeing, and let's see if we can put in a quick belter. And as it turns out, belting it, we ended up catching up to Tony, who kindly waves us through on the straight coming up here, and we can prepare for a good clean hot lap. So here we are, right on the start of the hot lap. Tyres are nice and warmed up. We've got a nice space in front of us. It's time for the best push that I can give, cut it as close as I can and see what we can get out of this lap. So with that hot lap done, that does put us straight into P1. Brilliant result, felt like I was absolutely flying. So this is the part where it's bad news. The GoPro kind of messed up, or I messed up, one of them. I didn't record race 1. I have 3 minutes of footage of me getting out of the kart and walking back into the pits because I didn't press record or the GoPro wasn't turning on. I don't know. Do apologise. This time I actually made sure the GoPro was recording properly. How did race 1 go? I don't know. I only managed to get my first championship win. Managed to stick it into P1, broke the toe and just nailed the race. So congratulations to me, but I'm an idiot and didn't bother recording it. So, unfortunately you guys will just have to take my word for it. Please believe me. At least I've got some sort of evidence. As you remember from the start, race 2 is in reverse order. So on this formation lap, I have to let everybody past and start from the back of the grid. So, I guess that kind of proves it. I'm not lying, promise. But in all seriousness, you guys didn't miss that much in race 1. I started P1, as I said, managed to break the toe, and it was pretty boring from a content standpoint. I basically was just driving the track and going as quick as I could, and that was it. So I will jump straight to the start of race 2 for you guys. You don't want to sit here and watch a formation lap of us trying to figure out what's going on. This was the most confusing part of the day for us. The formation kart went into the pits, but we didn't get a flag to actually start the race, so we're all kind of confused. We're not sure if we're racing, if we're still in a formation lap. We've got no idea at this point. Right here, Tony makes a bit of a mistake, goes into the barrier. I move past him, but Again, we're not sure what's going on, so after a couple of laps of this, they give us a red flag and bring us all to a stop. Now that everything is sorted, we get the green flag and it's away we go for race number 2. As you can tell, it's absolute chaos. Considering they've tightened the track layout as well, it is just a nightmare to try and get any overtaking done. But this is just close, brilliant racing. It's just unfortunate there wasn't really any overtaking zones for us to exploit. As you can see, Tony trying to get on the inside but just can't quite manage it. We're all essentially in a parade at this point, trying to wait for one of us to make a mistake, which Alice seems to have done there on the right, and we're all just squeezing our way through. No mercy, just this is racing at its best. Even when you struggle for overtakes, one slight mistake and that's it, you can just fall down the pecking order so quickly. With everyone getting past Alice, I tried to spy a little chance, but unfortunately lost a bit of my back end there, and I've got to stay behind him and look for another opportunity to squeeze through. The one thing worrying me right now is the pack starting to break away a bit, and I have to take any opportunity that I get, which comes up right here. Straight dash, straight for the apex. Close the door on him, move on, try and catch up with the rest of the pack. Right now I am full sending it, leaving braking as late as I possibly can, trying to make up some time here because I don't have any room to breathe. The championship race is pretty close, and after the disastrous first race in the wet, hopefully you guys saw that video, I need as many points as I can muster. We've caught back up with the pack after just a few short laps, and now it's back into the struggling of overtaking game. The one thing that I noticed that I was doing different is I was leaving this braking zone quite late. Sure, I had to compromise my speed going around the second turn, but it was making up a lot of ground. Unfortunately, this is pretty much race 2 in a nutshell. Not much overtaking after this, so I'll just jump straight to the end for you guys. That's race 2 over. We get the checkered flag and we're all done. As you can tell, nothing much has happened. Still in the same position. We managed to get one overtake, which was pivotal for the last race, which is points accumulated order. Here we are, boys, race 3, the final race of the day. Unfortunately, the GoPro decided to have yet another meltdown and the audio corrupted. I'm not sure, certain parts have audio, certain parts don't, so if you notice that now I pointed it out, do apologise again. I'll try and see if I can sort something out for the next race, but right now let's just enjoy this last race. And that treat that I was on about for the close racing, this is it. This is the battle for P1. I get called up as P2 starting on the grid. Straight in front of me is Dan. Dan's raced an incredible race, and this was just brilliant. This is how racing should be. So here we have it, race number 3. We're about to get going, just waiting for everybody else to get in formation. This is the closest racing I have ever had. If there was some more overtaking zones on the track, this would have been brilliant. This would have been by far the best race I've ever had. It still is the best race I've ever had, but it would have just added that nice little cherry on top. Flag down and away we go. We are racing. Tyres were slightly on the colder side, had a bit of understeer, had to correct there. Going into a double hairpin, I'm going to be looking for any mistakes, any opportunity that I can use to get past. This is the battle, the decisive battle, and I've got to make every opportunity count. This is what I was talking about for close racing. It is just bumper to bumper, non-stop for the entire race. So right here, try to dummy Dan into a defensive line, execute a textbook perfect switchback, but unfortunately, as the karts are so equal and the track is so short with such difficult overtaking points, you can't get anything from it, unfortunately. It would have been glorious if that little bit of a straight after the hairpin was a little bit longer. You can make some good use of it. I was carrying a lot of speed down here, wondering if I could get around the outside. I couldn't. Barrier there, and Tony right behind me decides to take a good nice lunge. I had to close the door on him. I could not afford to give up that position. Dan's broken away a bit, but some late braking, some nice cornering, I managed to catch back up. But this is what I mean. It's close between me and Dan, but it's close between me and Tony as well. Tony is on my bumper throughout the entirety of this race. Coming up, I get a nice little late break on Dan. I could go on the inside here, but he just covered it off before I could manage to get there. Unfortunate, but Dan's defensive driving here was impeccable. There was absolutely no getting past him whatsoever. I had some good rotation going into this corner, but again the acceleration's not there with the karts being so equal. I had good traction, Dan had good traction, couldn't make a move. So unfortunately that is the way this entire race goes. It's me setting up switchbacks, not having enough room to get past, karts being equal, good racing from both me and Dan. Nice and close, but no moves could be made. Dan finishes P1, I finish P2, and that is the pecking order for the championship as well. So there's the checkered flag, guys. Race is over, finished in P2 as I said. What a brilliant race this has been. Absolutely fantastic. Bit of respect there from me and Dan. Brilliant race, mate. Looking forward to the next one with you. Hope you boys really enjoyed that one. It was great to race, great to edit. But yeah, give us a like, share, comment, any of that type of thing you want to do. And I'll catch you boys in the next one. See ya.